What's happening, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Scot Mendenhall. This is the one and only
Joey Sonnenfeld.
All right, we're back in the trails. We're gonna teach you or give you ideas on how to ride trails better. So happy Sunday if you're watching on the day that it premieres. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Happy Sunday, everybody. My name is Scot Mendenhall. We're amped about today. We're downtown by the Minnesota Vikings Stadium. We're always trying to spread the stoke about Onewheels and give you reviews. What do we got to do, Joey?
I think we need to cut some of these roots that are in the trail system because, you know, I can ride on some roots, but if there's too many, it makes it very difficult. So I think we need to cut a couple.
Lily calls this the Black Diamond Trail System, and so what we're gonna do is we're gonna use, well, I'll show you. If you're looking for tricks on how to deroot a trail system, first, Sawzall works when cutting out the stumps because you can cut through the dirt and not dull your blade like a chainsaw. No bueno, not a good idea. So someone gave me this idea, actually Zach, the godfather around here of Onewheeling, he gave me this idea, battery operated Sawzall. One of the concerns that you get when you're riding is stumps. You come right up to it and what's it do, Joey?
It makes you fall.
It throws you off. And so, like, this is a perfect example in the middle of the trail, a stump that is somewhat cut, but still sticking out. Is I tried to put an angle here, but I feel like I gotta come more and get this more off, right? Yep. Joey, you think that's better?
I think that's a lot better.
Okay, I think we can kick some dirt on it and cover it up. All right. Oh yeah, that's way better. Joey, I think we're getting there. We got a couple less stumps. Oh, yeah, they just keep growing, Joey. It's one of the bigger stumps out here. That's a big chunk. That is a big chunk. I don't think that's smooth enough. That's a big. I think, Joey, is that smooth enough?
I don't think it's smooth enough. I think that you can catch an edge still and totally wipe out.
Let's be honest, Lily is not going to like that.
No, I don't know about Grandma liking that.
But I think for real though, we can't make this totally Lily proof. It's gotta be like she gotta get better.
She does. We do too.
We do, but maybe in our video today, since she can't ride, she'll watch this and get better at trail riding so we can race more on trails.
I would like that.
I like that. I like that. Joey, I think that's the point. I think most people are afraid of trails because they see all the falls. Right. But really, if you can learn how to simple things to help you ride them, you're gonna enjoy them. All right, let's finish this section and then we're gonna ride this. To Joey's point, you're not looking to make this like some uber safe. You want the obstacles. You do want to get the ones that are gonna be like, wait a minute, routes that are just gonna throw you off. That's not fun. But the ones you can bonk off of, that's fun. That changes it all. this section really quick as it's like moguls a little bit.
It is kind of like moguls.
So what are you doing? Like your feet are coming off at times. So how are you readjusting on your way?
If I have time, yes, I do readjust. But in this trail system, right in this like little area, I felt like I didn't have that much time. The biggest thing for me that I did going over like these moguls / bumps is you just gotta stay loose. I feel like if you're too stiff, like your whole body, you just gotta, especially your ankles, you just gotta keep them loose and kind of feel those bumps and go with those bumps and not try to fight it. Because if you try to fight it, you're gonna fall.
Well, Joey's talking about the moguls and bumps. You have this big bump. And I don't know how you get over it, but when I see these, I think in my mind, get light on the board. So I'm gonna leave from my feet. I'm not gonna jump from my knees. It's more my ankles. I'm just gonna get off the board a little bit so that my board is light on it and then I'm back on it. If you hit it like you were saying, stiff, you're gonna fall.
Yeah, that's exactly how I was gonna explain it.
Yeah.
So I ride it the same exact way. Yeah, you literally just try to have to get light off your feet when you're going kind of up, and then you kind of
you're back on it,
back on it on the way down.
When we're talking about get light on your feet, you gotta understand, you're gonna land back on the board, and in this situation, we gotta make a right-hand turn very abruptly. And so when you're gonna make that, you gotta get on your board and know, okay, I gotta carve.
Yeah.
Or if you don't,
You're in there.
All right, we'll show you a couple more technical spots on how to ride trails that we think will help you enjoy what we have loved and why I'm building my own in my backyard, because I think trail riding on one wheel is where it's at. And so we want you to enjoy it as well. Remember,
my favorite type.
It is. Remember, light on your feet because that section is super bumpy. All right, Joey, let's walk them through on, if you watch us come over those 3 bumps,
Yep.
we're using our arms, right?
We are. We're kind of going up. I mean, just like we were talking about before, we got to be light on our feet. And I think when there's like those multiple bumps right after, kind of like, I mean, automatically to like kind of loosen up, I think automatically kind of like lift your arms up, just lighten the load on the one wheel, and then come down and you're just using your arms. And it just helps to have that balance.
Right.
If you're like this, it's kind of hard to balance. But if you're like this, it's easier to balance.
Yeah, I think like if I'm walking with my hands in my pocket and I go to stumble and I don't have my hands out, I can't catch my balance. But if my hands are out, I can put my hands up and counter the balance.
Yep, exactly.
So that's what you're trying to do on trails on any type, is trying to use your arms to do the balancing a little bit to keep your center of gravity where it needs to be. It's just part of it.
Yep.
And I think honestly, not to critique Lily, but she's not here, you don't watch Lily use her arms. Her arms aren't out very much.
Yeah.
They kind of stay down a little bit. She's not bringing them up, and that's some of that, none of the balance. It's always hard on video to get the hill, right? This is a pretty steep hill. I came in with enough power that my tail slid right down. And when that happens, you got to keep your weight back and gradually come forward. Don't overreact. Not every shot can be 100%. That is the first one we messed up, but it happens on trail riding. I can't tell you why, outside of my nose caught, but that's not the one wheel's problem. That was me riding. A lot of people will blame that on, oh, one wheel, it doesn't have enough power. No, that was just me hitting a hole and losing my balance and then asking a lot of power to keep my balance. Bodie taught me last week in our interview with him, two things the Onewheel is always requiring. It's trying to balance and power, like speed. So if I push too much of power, or in that case it was balance, now there's not enough power left to get me up the hill. And so you gotta be able to balance yourself better so the board has more power to power the board. This section, it doesn't, again, I don't think on camera, Joey, it comes out right.
Probably not.
But it's again, you're coming in sideways, steep, and you gotta make a 90-degree turn.
Yeah, it's a steep turn and a hill. It's like the little like steep hill and then a longer gradual hill.
So what's happening here on your board is you're losing a lot of power to slow down and make the turn, but then you need the power to get up.
Right.
And if you ask too much of the Onewheel, it's gonna shut off and you're just gonna nosedive, run it out. So you've gotta be, this is the finesse of the riding where you back up off the power just a little bit so you can get up with it. Where when I watch Joey's footage and I edit you, I think you're always asking too much power out of your Onewheel. And so you nosedive.
You don't wanna go slow.
I understand that, but then you are off your board.
I agree with everything you just said. The only thing is, if you are heavier, and I know I'm not crazy heavy, but even if you, like, I still go slower.
You're gonna go slower because of your weight.
Right.
Right. And yes, there's gonna be a weight limit to where power can't push it, but I don't think you're that much heavier that it can't go up up the hill.
Okay.
I think you can do it. It's just you gotta back up off the gas pedal a little bit.
All right.
Look, it's not just the XR, or it's not just the pint, it is the XR. It's the same thing. I asked for more power than it could give.
Yes.
That's all it is. It's figuring that portion out.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
I know.
And you are too, I guess.
So am I. It's like, it just is, it happens all the time. It's not, you figure it out and it's always done. Every hill is different. You all right?
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it power or is it you? Like, is it too much weight?
I think it's me. I think it's me because I can get a little more speed coming up, I think. Yeah! Woo! I'm going up an overhill, guys, just to see if I can do it.
Oh! He nailed it. It was slow, but if you're going to get up a hill, especially when we put the penalty of you gotta let the rider behind you pass you, it's way better to ride it up and shows your skills. It's not always about the speed to get up, it's about the finesse sometimes. All right, last thing about riding in trails, and there's so many more, we're just trying to cover some basics. When you're riding, you do not want to look straight down. You want to look out where you're going so you can pick your line. That's what I was trying to say. You're looking out there, not here. All beginners want to watch their feet, but if you watch your feet, you won't know how to respond. And so even as I'm filming, I'm looking up. I'm looking ahead to know how to ride. That's how you want to do it. Hey, if you like this, subscribe to the channel. We're always dropping content about how to ride Onewheels and make your life better. So hit the subscribe button, the thumbs up. We're gonna give a Onewheel pint away coming up soon on our next Onewheel ride video through the Great Lakes, which is gonna be so rad. We also have a way that you can hang out with us live right after this. Joey, Lily, and I will be in the studio live on another channel. There's a link down in the comment or down in the description, and if you're in the live chat, there's a link there. Come hang with us. We will start with answering your questions about how to ride the Onewheel. So if you want to jump in the chat in the next channel and ask questions about how to ride on trails, we will answer your questions, and then we will get into a thought of the day that will make your life better and you better at life. So click that link It's been fun to be out in our trail system that we're always trying to make better. Thanks for cutting it today.
Yes, it was fun.
It was a good day. Okay, we're out. We'll see you over there. Good day.
Guys.
Bye. Can't forget my hat in the woods and my lens cap. Sweet hat. You know what? It would be so rad one day, maybe next year, if we could hold one of the finals for like the semifinals in Minnesota on these trails. Wouldn't that be so rad? Is to have the finals on my property of the top 4 or 5 finishers. We pick some trails in Minnesota, you ride to qualify, and then we bring a select few out here to ride. Oh, that'd be magical. So magical.